I agree with Dan that we have a spending problem, and I agree with Scott that we have a demographic problem. Let's bring those two together. Right now, Vermont is educating almost 30,000 fewer students than we were just a few years ago. We're spending as more money, obviously, than we were then, but most importantly, we have more staff, more teachers, more paras, more infrastructure, more administration on the ground now than we had when we only had 30,000 more students. So, and we're not talking about 1 million students dropping, down 30,000. We're talking 110 down to 80,000 students. So this is what we got to do. We got to right-size the ship. My plan to do that, we're actually out there doing it right now with my Secretary of Education, is partnering with local communities, doing something they've never had before, which is giving them the data to show them what their property taxes are now, what we project they'll be in 5 years and 10 years based upon their student count dropping, and partnering with them to help make local decisions of how we right-size the ship. That's how you're going to reduce property taxes, not with gimmicks, not with sound bites, but with hard work at the local community in partnership with a governor who wants to get it done.
Okay. Mr. Feliciano, do you have anything to respond?
Yeah. So I think we need to demonstrate leadership in this case. Right now, we are spending, our spending is increasing 5% year over year. We, as the leaders of the state of Vermont, need to demonstrate that we can cut spending. That's something that the administration hasn't been able to do today. So it would be hard for me on a local community level to have the governor come in and say, hey, you need to cut spending and here's how to do it. I'm an experienced cost cutter. I will start with the state government and demonstrate that we can cut spending and then show the communities how they can do so as well. So I think we need to demonstrate our ability to cut costs first before we ask someone else to do so.
Thank you.
I might just add, we can wait, but property taxes will keep going up while you do it, because the challenge we have is that in Vermont, as we all support local control, we all know that it's the first Tuesday in March when we go to town meeting that we vote our school budgets. That's where the spending is established. So while we're waiting to show that we can cut costs in state government, property taxes are going to keep going up if we don't put together a plan working with local communities to reduce spending. We've got a spending problem. Property taxpayers in Vermont can't take it. We've got to work together to solve it.
The point is
this
that you don't...
This question seems to be getting a lot of response. So, Mr. Milne, we're going to let you
sure.
respond one more
time.
Well,
thank you. First of all, I have an idea to cap property taxes until the governor, ideally Scott Milne, and the legislature do the tough work of figuring out how to fund things in a way that's predictable and arguably fair. That can be there can be differences of opinion about that. But one of the problems we have right now is it's not predictable. Peter's plan is to go show people numbers and they're going to magically decide to make tough decisions. My plan is cap property taxes, force people to figure out how we're going to fund things, work with local communities, give them the incentive of dollars that you save can go towards whether it's vocational training for high school graduates in your district, or whether it's college education for people in your district, or cost savings, taxpayer savings. You'll be incentivized to work together, and we start with this restructuring of the way education works based on what I think is a very good interpretation of the Brigham decision that's going to essentially change things from one statewide centralized property tax for everybody where people really don't have skin in the game at a local level no matter what your budget is, to a more regional level. So we've got a good idea.
Could I follow up on that one, Stephanie? Listen, Scott's property tax cap is a gimmick, not a solution. And that's why all the mayors in Vermont, bipartisan group of mayors who endorsed me, said of Scott's plan, it's a bad idea. Had Scott's plan gone into effect this year, he literally would have short-funded the education fund, which means property taxes, by $42 million. And his answer is, no problem, we'll just raise income taxes on hardworking Vermonters. I don't find too many Vermonters who say, hey, I've got so much extra loot in my pocket, stop taking it out of the property tax pocket and take it out of my income tax pocket. We've got a spending problem. Scott's solution will not reduce spending. All it does is ask you to take it out of a different pocket to pay the bill. Second, he then says, with my plan, I'm going to reduce your property taxes when schools cut spending by a third, which is what he's proposed, taking from $17,000 to $12,000 a pupil. That won't work either, because then he says, we're going to, instead of giving you a property tax cut, if we get these magical savings, we're going to take the money and pay for college instead. So now you property taxpayers not only have the responsibility of K through 12, you're going to pay for college education for your neighbors too.
And
Bad
Mr.
idea.
Feliciano, we need to give you a chance to respond.
So once again, I have the experience, demonstrated experience of cutting costs and helping enterprises improve their effectiveness. So it's hard for me to sit here and listen and say that the state is going to show you how to cut money, the governor is going to show you how to cut money, and it's hard for me to listen to Scott's proposal that says that the schools will be, can cut their money. If they knew how to cut their spending, they would have done so already. This is something that I can help facilitate and drive in the local communities and demonstrate with leadership. I can partner with both the local communities and at the state level to actually cut spending and improve their overall efficiency and effectiveness. That's my job, and that's what I've done, and that's what I'm good at.
Okay, and we will let the last word go to Mr. Milne in this question.
Thank you. I would ask folks to go to my Facebook page, call in, click in, stop by my office, pick up our plan. It's 7 or 8 pages. It's kind of complicated, I guess. But what you just heard Peter describe is not true.